You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
Boom, boom.
Can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. Can't hide.
What up, NF?
You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
Can't hide.
Can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
What up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mode IJ. We are locked in. This is Rebel Ridge on Netflix. Now, this is a pretty interesting movie. I give people a few minutes to get in here. I had messed up the live and scheduled it for tomorrow, but it was supposed to be for tonight. Uh, Pretty good movie though. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. I I say it's a must watch. It's very good though. You know, it's an action film, but they did a pretty good job. Netflix has been stepping it up over the years. Outside of all your other major, you know, you got your Sony Pictures, of course, HBO, your Paramount, all of that, Universal. Netflix, they did a good job with this movie here. Now, you can tell the budget wasn't real big, but they did what they were supposed to do in the space and time that they had. I liked it. I liked it. The only thing about this movie, it is about 2 hours long. So be prepared for that. Now I got Netflix with the ad. So you know, about 20 minutes in, we get my first break. About an hour in, you got your second break, and then about an hour 30, there was a third break in there. So you know, I made the best of that. But this is good. It's starring a guy. His name is Terry Richmond. He's the star of the show. Now, I don't know how we're gonna do this. We might jump around. I'll give like an overview of what actually happened. But there's a lot. Like I said, within that 2 hours, they cover a lot. We'll jump around. I don't have too many screenshots, so we'll actually use Netflix, but you know how that goes. You know, we have to play careful over there. They might shut the live down. But this guy, Terry Richmond, he's in a small town. What was the town called? Shelby Springs. Shelby Springs is the area that he's in, and there's a lot of corruption out there. He's actually trying to bail his cousin out, and he got a bankroll on him. I'm talking about he got a lot of money. What up, Jalen? So he's trying to bail his cousin out. There's corruption there. Oh yeah, this is all like spoilers. There's corruption there. Was legal corruption, if that makes sense. What they're doing is illegal, but they've been legally doing it correctly for a while. That it works out because it's basically generating money for the police force and for the town. So that means like the taxes are lower because we don't have to tax because they're doing some foul thing with confiscating money. But overall, it's a good film. It's a good film put together very well. There's no like dead points. Everything is making sense. He runs into some people in the city that actually help him out. Like I said, he's trying to bail his cousin out. He gets in town. They knock him off his bike. That's in the very beginning. So you see the type of, you know what I'm saying, dynamic that we're going to be dealing with. But I'll say this, just like my mother said, Terry is respectful throughout this. He's cool, calm, collective. He's patient. But then we find out that this is a bad mofo. We'll get a little more in depth. I'm just giving you guys like a 5 minute of what I think happened. So it turns out he's an ex-Marine. There's a girl named Jessica Sims. She works with the police department, one of us, a black lady. So we thinking, oh, she could be down with the cause. Turn out she ain't really who she say she is. But in the end, you know, saying she flip-flop around. So that was cool. They end up whooping on his cousin. They trying to get Mike up out of there. There's a lot of corruption. One of the cops that was dirty in the very beginning to kick it off, he ends up switching sides in the end. So it's a lot. You got to go back and watch it, but we'll go through all of it. This guy, man, he's on a mission. He's on a mission. I liked it. I give it like an 8. An 8. The 8 is a good rating there. The action is great. Forgot to say that he's a martial artist, you know what I'm saying? Hand-to-hand combat. They even look up his DD-214. That's basically your discharge papers. It'll tell you if you got an honorable, less than honorable, dishonorable discharge. So he never been deployed, but he was an instructor. So, you know, he's whooping ass. He ain't really trying to kill nobody. But man, overall, the movie is good. The movie's good. The acting is good. You know, I like action. So there's a lot of stuff. Then you got the cams from the police cars, the body cam footage. So it's a whole bunch of stuff. You gotta like pay attention, but he has to get the footage for it. He ends up getting the little memory cards for the body cam footage. He want to release that. The girl Jessica Sims, we thinking that she's gonna help out, but she actually a dirt bag too. So it's all over the place, but it's pretty damn good. This man Terry Richmond did his thing. So how we gonna start this thing off, man? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. My name is Modi J. We're on the road to 50K. I said I'm gonna start doing more movies. So I got Rebel Ridge tonight. I watched episode 1 of Fight Night. I'm gonna try to watch that throughout the week and then drop those episodes. But this is good. This is good. So let me see what we got here. Let me. Now, Sydney, she was a dirt bag. So when you watch it, you thinking Jessica gonna help out because in this town there aren't too many of us out there. If you know what I mean when I say they not like us, well, 99% of them they not like us. But he comes into this town and he has a cousin by the name of Mike. Mike is in jail now. Everything that's going to happen to Terry, it happened to his cousin. And how? All right, so I'm gonna explain how this is working in the town for people that watched it but didn't quite understand. So in this town, how the corruption takes place is you come in, let's say you have money on you. In this case, he went to bail out his cousin Mike. Now he had cash on him. I'm talking, what was it, like 80 bands or something like that? No, it wasn't 80 bands because he trying to buy the truck for 26,000. He sold it. Yeah, it's a significant amount of money. But the police ended up pulling him over and they confiscated. They confiscate his cash, right? They confiscate his cash, and all of this is on the body cam. Let me see if we can finagle something here. Give me a second. I'm gonna make it do what it do.
It's not illegal.
So they pull him over and they're asking him, why does he have all of this money? And he's saying it's not illegal to have all this money. And he actually explains to them that he sold his stake in this restaurant. And what he's going to do is bail out his cousin. They're going to buy this truck, this dually truck, for $26,000 cash. And then they were just going to go out, fish, and go make their money however they can. But the thing is, it was 30,000. It had to be more than 30,000. Hold on, let me see. What up, Nina? Let me see. 10, 20, 30. I forgot how much it was, but it was a lot of cash and they needed 26,000. But what the cops say is, hey, this is drug money. So what they're going to do is hold on to the drug money until there's an investigation. But it wasn't drug money because he actually sold his business within the restaurant, and then he got the 26,000. So he's going to bail out his cousin, get the 26,000, and they were going to take this truck, and they was going to go out there and start the business. But the cops, they take the money and say it may be linked to drugs. So that's how they kept the money, and they end up releasing him. So now what he does is he has to go down to the police station and he files a police report because remember, he's trying to bail out his cousin Mike. But when he gets there, he shows up late and he's kind of scraped up. Let me see.
Find some more.
And this guy's giving him advice saying, listen, across the street, you know what I mean? They got a defense lawyer over there. If it's drugs, then you got to go over there. But there's nothing I can do because this is where he's trying to make bail for his cousin. But Mike ain't going to get out tonight, man. You know that ain't happening. Mike's going to have to just sit in there and figure it out. But as I was saying, how this whole operation works. All right. Once you get arrested, you have your body cam footage. And that's what the main focus is. The body cam footage has all of this corruption. But they make you sit in jail because after 90 days, you get moved from the little county jail to the state prison. But that's when they can get rid of all of the body cam footage. So that's why the cops are holding on to his cousin. Now he has to go file this report on the police because when he tries to bail his cousin out, he's like, hey, is there any way I can show up later, come up with the money? And this guy's saying, well, if you ain't got the money, there's nothing we can do. So he ends up leaving here. And remember, Terry was in the restaurant business. So Terry, he calls up the guy he's in business with, like, hey, man, listen, some shit didn't happen. The cops didn't took my bread. Can you front me 10 bands for right now? He's like, 10 bands? Oh, say less. I got you. So he makes the call. And remember, he doesn't have any money at this point. So he has to go sleep out in the woods. I'm talking about terrible conditions, y'all. It's raining out there. His bike is toe up. He ain't got no Neosporin for the arm. He out here hurting. Phone's about to die because he been out and about listening to music. And that's the problem. When you riding a bike, you can listen to music, but only have an earpiece in one ear. You got to be able to hear your surroundings. He done got knocked off the bike, thrown in the back of the police car, got his money took. Man, if you heard that in real life, you're like, damn, that's a soft dude. The only thing is we don't know nothing about his background. We just know he's a cool, calm, collective guy trying to get Mike up out of jail. Then he said the police are so grimy. I mean, you think about my channel, all the shows and movies we watch, there's always grimy police. Where would I rate these officers? I put them on a scale of 1 to 10. I put them at like a 6. They weren't too grimy, but they were grimy. Yeah. So the next day, he goes down to the same police station and we meet the chief, Sandy Byrne. Now he goes in here, and the lady I've been telling you about is Jessica Sims. Let me see if we can see what she looked like.
Right where we left.
So this is the first cop right here. One of the cops that took his money. So when he goes in here to file a police report, they harassing him. Let me see. You see the chief back there. So when we first see Jessica, we thinking Jessica one of us. Look, if you haven't watched this, when you see Jessica, you thinking she on our side. We talking about dirty cops. We talking about a brother that just lost $30,000. We looking at Jessica like, okay, Jessica with us. You know, we all at the house. I'm watching it with my mom. My pops is right over here too. Let me see. I don't know if y'all can see Pops over here in the dark. Y'all can see his feet, but yeah, Pops, we all watching. We think Jessica, she one of us. We like, okay, cool. He got somebody on the inside. She'll understand. She gonna help him out. She over here doing the police report. Like, wait a minute. Do you have a description of the perpetrators? He said, actually, I do. It was a tall white guy, about 240, 6'2". And then he said, over my shoulder is the other perp. So she like, wait a minute. You mean to say that this guy over here? This guy right here, this is perp number 2. He said, yeah, that's him. Now, remember, there's corruption here. So he comes in and he's looking at Jessica like, oh, Jessica, don't worry about it. I know he's black, you black, but let me handle this nigga. I got this. This is what he was thinking in his head. This ain't me talking. This is him talking. He said, I got this nigga right here. So he go over there. Whenever you see a cop holding on to their vest like this, they think they cool. So he's like, look, you got to get the hell on out of here. You know what I mean? We don't deal with that bullshit around here. We confiscated that money for a reason. So we thinking, all right, Terry about to act a fool. Terry's like, all right, cool. Let me finish writing up my police report and I get on out of here. But then the chief comes over. So at this point, we don't know what the hell is going on. We think, okay, maybe it's just the police officers that are crooked. But then we hear the chief and he's like, well, I'm looking at the report here and everything is adding up to what they said. And he's like, well, look, I'm just trying to buy this truck, bail my cousin out. Is there any way, wink, wink, basically bribing the cops like, listen, let's make this go away. You keep all that money. Let me bail my cousin out. And then anything left over you can have. Just let me get my cousin out because I'm going to go buy this truck. But the chief is like, get your ass out of here. So we said, oh, so it's the whole force. It's the whole force that's on some bull. Except for Jessica. We still don't know. We still thinking Jessica part of the team whole time. That's why we say this on my channel. We don't trust the police. You just can't. They ain't all bad. But if there's 3 or 4 of them, just believe that 5th one might be part of them. So then he goes back outside. But what they do say is, all right, that business proposition don't sound too bad. We get to keep the money. You bail your cousin out. Matter of fact, come back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock a.m. and you can visit your cousin Mike. Now, remember, Mike's about to get shipped out and he don't have the money because the police have it. But the police are saying, well, you know, that does sound good. We keep the money. You bail your cousin out. You get the hell out of here. Well, the next morning, he rides his bike up here. What time y'all think it is? He got to be there at 9 o'clock to see his cousin. What time do you think he showed up? What time do y'all think our boy Terry showed up to see his cousin? They said show up at 9 o'clock a.m. You can see your cousin before we send him off. What time y'all think Terry showed up? You got to go see your cousin now. Now, if it was my cousin, I probably wouldn't make it up there in time to see my cousin. What time we got to be up there? 9 o'clock? Oh, shit, all right, I'll probably be up there about 9:15-ish. He should be all right. He ain't going to trip off in 15 minutes. So we just say 8:30? Nah, unfortunately, Terry riding a bike. Terry showed up at 9:03 a.m. He said, your cousin gone. We said 9 o'clock, not 9:03, 9 o'clock.
We pulled up our schedule.
Here we go. Look at this. This is some bull.
Shit, you just missed it.
Oh, what do you mean?
We pulled up our schedule.
Said you just missed it. We pulled up our schedule. So if you pulled up the schedule, you told me to be here at 9 o'clock and it's 9:03. What, y'all just moved it up 3 minutes? It's like You told me to be here at 9, or what did y'all move it up 30 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean you moved up the schedule?
Hold on. You said I could see him.
At 9 a.m. You're 3 minutes late.
You see, guys, that's why they say if you're on time, you're late. You got to show up 15 minutes early. I can't even be mad at the police. Coach taught us this. If Terry is a Marine, I'm just playing devil's advocate. If Terry is a Marine, he know 9 o'clock we can be there at 8:45 sharply. We got to be there. You got to all be present and accounted for. So I said, Terry, this is on you. They said 9 o'clock. You got to be there early, Terry, especially you making a deal with crooked cops. You dealing with money, 20,000, 30,000. You got 9:03. He said 9 o'clock, Terry. What you 9:03 is breakfast time. Wait, Terry. What up, T. Clark? So he showed up and he didn't get to see his cousin. Cousin already on the bus. They didn't ship the cousin on now. I said, damn, they didn't got Cuzzo up out of here. Well, he is a Marine. So what does he do? He hopped back on that damn bike. He hop on the bike and he putting in work. He putting in work. I'm talking about pedaling hard as hell. He had to put this thing in gear 17 because he was on it. He chased down a damn bus. Now, my dad was right. Like, is there a governor on this bus? Is it only going like 45 miles per hour? Because this bus had been gone down the road. Unless he hit a nice little hill, he ain't catching this bus on no bike. And the guy driving the bus is looking at him. But he ends up seeing his cousin on here and he's talking to her. Hey, Mike, keep your head up, man. And the reason he wants to get his cousin out of there is because if he goes to this prison, they gonna whoop his ass. And I'm not talking about like a little regular butt whooping. I'm talking about I'm talking the pits of hell. I'm talking about dragging you out your cell. If you ever watch Shawshank Redemption, you remember when the sisters, they kept trying to get at Andy Dufresne, and then the chief or whatever he was, the captain of security, whooped his ass and he never walked again and he never laid his hands on Andy Dufresne. That's the kind of ass whooping you get when you go to prison. Now, he's telling the cousin, keep your head down, stay low in there. I'm going to bail you out. Little did he know he ain't got the bail money. So Mike's hearing this thinking, okay, cool. But then you got to kind of look at life as, wait a minute, if he's going to bail me out, why is he riding a bicycle next to the bus? Like, hey, don't come and talk to me in the bus. Go down to the police station or the city hall and bail me out. Nigga, what you doing on a bike? Hey, Terry, go to the city hall and bail me out, nigga. What are you doing on that bike, man? Go bail me out. You know what I mean? What are you riding over here for? So I'm like, man, Terry's dedicated. You need to be figuring out how to get this money. Police got the money. They didn't already sent cousin up the road. Fred said this is a great 2-hour movie. John Boyega. Hey, that is right. But Aaron Pierre did a good job. This is very believable. And I like seeing movies with actors we haven't really heard of or seen. I get tired of seeing, I mean, of course, get your money. I've never, you know me, I never knock the actors for getting their money. If the script is bad, that's on them. But I never knock the actors for getting money. But I don't like seeing the same actors in a lot of movies. You know what I mean? Like, prime example is Kevin Hart. He's the same damn person every time. He's always a scary little nigga. I'm not trying to see that all the time. But Terry was out there riding out. Let's see. So he ends up meeting this girl named Summer. Now, Summer, we seen her earlier in the show. She was supposed to be helping out. She heard that he didn't have the money. So now she's basically like, hey, there is a little bit of corruption, but this is what we could do. If you can find the money, I can get the judge, because she's one of the clerks within the city hall. So she's like, I can go talk to the judge. He comes back like, hey, I got to get my cousin up out of there. What's up, Yolanda? I got to get my cousin out of there. And now they go outside. You know, you be at work, is always somebody hating. So while she's talking to him, she don't want anybody to know that she's talking to him. So while they outside, he's like, hey, what are you doing out there? She said, I'm on a smoke break. He said, you don't smoke? She said, I'm vaping. You know, it's always a hater at work. But she's out here. She's like, listen, you get the money some way, somehow. I can get the judge to sign this up. We can get your cousin's transfer papers. and we can get him out of here ASAP. Because remember, I told you there's an ass whooping waiting at that prison, and nobody wants their ass whooped. Put a 5 in the chat if you want your ass whooped. Put a 2 in the chat if you would like to avoid an ass whooping. Now, I hadn't had a couple of ass whoopers in life. I'm probably like 7 and 3 in real life, but sometimes you gotta lose. We can't win them all. So back at the police station, they going over the reports. They looking. They said too. Everybody, hey, if you put a 5 in there looking for an ass whooping, you're a different individual. You gotta be trying to dodge that. But back at the police station, they're hearing all this commotion and stuff going on. Man, there's this black guy Terry. He's in town. He's looking around. He's like, he's fucking up the flow of business. Remember, they taking all this money. They getting money over here. Now, we never, you know what I'm saying? We don't hate on this channel. You getting money illicitly, then it's a gray area. Legally is bad, but TV wise is good. Sometimes you gotta pull a robbery or two, you know. But now they going over his DD 214, like I said, his discharge papers earlier, and they like, man, what the hell? He ain't got no deployments. He was only in the States, and they're looking like, what is this initial? It's like MCBA or whatever it is. And I'm like, what the hell is that? Because I wasn't no Marine, I was Air Force. If you're gonna join the military, listen, you want to join the world's greatest Air Force. You know what I mean? You got all those other branches, they're all right, but if you want to fly, fight, and win, you want to join the Air Force. If you want to do other crap, you go join the Marines, the Navy. You want to be a little swimmer or something, go join the Navy. You want to be a fighter or something, go join the Army, the Marines, if you want to do all that bullshit. But if you want to be a true American hero, you want to join the world's greatest Air Force. You know, they don't say the world's greatest Army, the world's greatest. They say the world's greatest Air Force. That's my harmless plug right there. You know what I'm saying? My shameless plug to the Air Force, join the Air Force. But they're going over this, and it turns out Jessica, she had to reset the internet. She's like, wait a minute. She over this is how Jessica was over there typing. She's like, wait a minute. He's a mixed martial artist. He's a trainer. So we like, oh, so that's what he does. Because we were wondering, like, okay, when's he gonna start taking over? How is he gonna take over? Is he gonna use an arsenal? What does he do? But this nigga can fight hand-to-hand combat. He remind me of me 10 years ago. If y'all would have seen me, I'd have been on here doing kung fu for y'all and all kinds of shit y'all never heard of. But we gotta live in the present. You know, I don't want to be one of the people back in my day. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta live in the present. What up, Eric? Hey, this movie's good, man. I'm over here sweating because this shit's about to get exciting. Now, the beginning part, this is the first 30 minutes is kind of slow. It's picking up. I won't say it's slow. It's just building up for us. But this is where it starts getting good. Now, the sheriff comes out, the chief of police comes out, and he's like, hey, man, you need to get the fuck out this town. And Terry's like, nah, you've been fucking me over. But he ain't talking like that. Terry is very articulate. He's proper. As my mom says, he never lost his cool. He was very patient. So he's here telling them, he's like, listen, we gonna have some issues. And you know the saying goes, if you pull your gun, you better use it. Well, the chief, he took his gun out there because he found out that he was in the Marines. The only thing is, before the chief could use his gun, let me see if we can find it. Because he gave him a whole acronym of like PACE. Look at Jessica. She talk about, wait, he's mixed martial artist. We need backup. Well, it's a little too late for backup because on the outside. Let me see. He didn't already. Y'all remember that move I taught y'all? Don't y'all try it though. Don't y'all try it. But there's a move. Before they pull it to you, you gotta grip it. And then you take it, you flip it around, you put their hand, but shit, it's like a mo. It's nice. Don't y'all try because y'all get shot. Don't try this move. But what he does, he takes the chief, and now we're like, oh, that hand-to-hand combat. Look, he got his bike over here too. He's like, man, tell him to put the gun down. Because trust me, if they get to shooting, someone's gonna die, and it's gonna be you first. Because you my shield. So the chief is like, wait a minute. I ain't trying to die. Ain't no one ever trying to die. Like me, if I'm the chief, I'm like, shit, do what you got to do. But the chief's like, nah, chill. Now, you got to remember, this guy Terry's like 6'2", so he tall as hell. He got to duck down. But You got all these rednecks out there. They ain't got that much of an aim. You know what I'm saying? The more rounds you use, the less aim you take. That's the type of shooting they do. So what Terry does is he locks him up and the guy Land with the gun here. And then he goes in here and he's talking to Jessica. Still at this point, we're thinking Jessica is one of us. The whole time we like, okay, cool. Jessica's helping out. So he has her use their handcuffs, chain them up. And he goes into the evidence locker and he's going to get his money. And he's like, man, only give me my money. But she ends up giving him a little more. So while they're in there, he's collecting the money. No one knows what's going on. They're just like, man, what the hell? So she helps him leave because this guy's very, very smart. What he does is he acts like he's putting handcuffs on. Remember, the chief and Land are still chained up in here. So they act like they got handcuffs on, and she escorts him outside in front of all the people in the town that are working that got guns and stuff. She's like, everything is all right here. There's nothing to see here. Chief said, get back to work. Because remember, all the money they're taking, the taxes are going down because they're confiscating all this money from people coming through the town. They take their money. It pays for the police force. And they give money to the, the people in the city. So everybody's basically in on it. You know what I mean? The best job to be is either a contractor or to be on the police force. So they end up taking them out. You see the handcuff ain't on. And then we even hear Jessica say, they were like, man, we need to string him up, basically hang him. And she like, wait, hey, don't you talk like that. So we think, okay, Jessica is sticking up for Terry. Jessica is part of us. Now, she does have her gun on her person, but there's no bullets in there. He took all that out, even out the mag. He said, oh, no. You're not going to walk around with no gun. But they get him out of here and they let him loose. So from here, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wasn't expecting to do a whole recap, but we cool with this speed. I wasn't playing. I was going to talk about the show, but shit, now I'm just doing the whole recap. You know what I mean? We cool with this speed or what? Cause now I'm about to just, you know what I'm saying? I just want to talk a little bit about the show. We cool with the speed? Cause I'm trying to knock it out. I got family in town. I'm trying to kick it. She said, don't get ignorant. Hey, for real. I will play more audio, but we doing it straight off of Netflix. So I'm just gonna give y'all these steals every now and then. All right, we cool. All right, bet. Now, I'm making, when you watch this, just remember, you can hear in the tone of my voice, I was excited about this film because it's pretty good. It's not this exciting when you watch it. So everything I'm saying, if you haven't watched it and you're just listening to it, savor these moments because I'm making them a little more exciting than what they were. It's a little more realistic than how I'm talking, but I got to spice it up. As they would say, I got to make it juicy for them. Pause. Now, anyway, he gets the money from the evidence locker. Now, he got his money. He got a little bit extra money on the top, thanks to Jessica. Again, let me reiterate. We thinking Jessica is one of us. Whole time she what Kendrick Lamar said. They not like us. But he goes down there. He puts the money in. So Summer's like, all right, bet. Summer's been helping him out. This is the white woman. And man, hopefully he don't get that jungle fever. But that's what it looks like it's about to go down. Jessica takes the paper, processes the money. What's the guy's name? Garrett? Barrett? Hold on, give me a second. Let me make sure I got his name. What was his name? I don't even remember his name, but he's supposed to be the one counting the money. What was his name? You got Byrne, you got Land, Summer. Oh, Elliot. Yeah, Elliot's the guy that's counting the money. So he counting the money slow as hell. You give me that money, I'm going to thumb through a check. You give me that money, 1,000, 2,000. I can count that money fast for you. But while all of this is going on, they finally free the chief and Land, and they come down to City Hall because they know Terry's only here for one reason. That's to bail his cousin out. So they put him on the ground. And if you remember, well, I can't say if you remember, if you watch the show at the beginning, this guy Land says, hey, have you tased him? Well, he finally gets to use his taser on him. And this is where we at right here. Let me see. You're going to just hear taser, taser, taser. Basically, get the hell out the way.
Tell the chief I said.
Now, I don't know if y'all ever been hit with a taser before. I ain't never been hit with one. I don't plan on it either. But look at Summer back there. He getting tased because in the beginning of the movie, he said, "Have you used your taser? It's not too late." But now they actually use the taser on his ass because it ain't too late and it's never too late to tase somebody. So they end up tasing him. Summer's in the back like, "Oh my God, why are they doing this to this black man?" But the white cops, they don't give a damn. They like, "Ha ha, we got this nigga." So now they got them arrested him again. So it's a big circle of life. Now they finally got him on the ground. So as they taking him back in, the chief is talking to him like, "Listen, this is what we gonna do, man. We already made our negotiations. Look, Terry, I don't know what we're gonna do with you, but what we can do is listen. Whatever happened with your cousin, matter of fact, forget your cousin right now. We're gonna get that truck, that $26,000. We got a buyer for you. But if we buy this truck for you, you get the fuck out of this town and don't you ever come back to Sandy Springs. You all right? You hear me?" Or Shelby Springs. Sandy is the cop's first name, the chief's first name. So he's sitting in the back of the car, but he's not really worried about the truck. He's more worried about, man, how am I gonna get my cousin out of here? But remember, there's an ass whooping waiting at the prison. So once they get him back, they get him back. Well, let me see.
Right now, you got to choose between a bag full of money and our deepest sympathies.
It turns out the cousin, he ain't make it, y'all. He ain't make it. Remember that ass whooping I was telling y'all? Well, the ass whooping happened. They medevacing him right now. He ain't. Oh, why they do Mike like that? Mike had 30 seconds in this movie, y'all. We ain't even see Mike. Mike just put a fist up out the window and somebody put a fist in his ass. Pause. They whooped his ass so bad, man. They brought him from the infirmary. They said, "Listen." Oh, my cousin Mike. Oh, listen, your cousin gone, right? But we did buy that truck for you. There's a truck, there's a buyer. We'll give you the 26,000. Don't bring your ass back. So you got two options: take the bag of money, or you can stay here. You take our deepest of sympathies. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. At this point, Mike, like you gotta start being realistic now. Like I wasn't, like I said, I was in the Air Force. We don't do that hand-to-hand combat bull. Do I stick around and potentially go at it with the police, or do I take this bag of money and just, I mean, because Mike ain't coming back. What would you do? Would you stay here and try to figure things out and try to get even, or would you take the bag of money? Because I mean, it's a nice little chunk of change. Because I mean, Mike ain't coming back. You really ain't got too much on your side. Like, you don't have any weapons right now. We're being realistic. I mean, if you watch the film, we know what's about to come. But I'm just saying, like, right now, you take the money. Because if you think if they did that to Mike, what would they do to me? Now, I could probably fight off 7 to 15 people, maybe. But this is a whole police force in the town. So that means I'm probably have to fight about 100 people. Now, I can probably fight 100 people. Maybe give me 7 days. Maybe I could take on 100 people. But we're talking just the weekend, like Friday to Sunday. I don't know if I could fight 100 people that often. You know what I mean? But anyway, he goes to see his cousin. They still got the cousin chained up. Oh, Mike, R.I.P. He's like, "Man, can you take those cuffs off of him?" The coroner's like, "I don't know, man. He is a convicted felon, man. I heard about zombies around this time of year." But Mike ain't coming back, man. So he ends up talking to Summer. Now, Summer's been helping him out, getting him through the city or whatever. Now, this is where things start getting a little, saying, I'm watching it. I'm kind of on my phone at this point because we got some action, but then we go into we got to kind of, get into the dialogue, figure out what's going on. He does go and buy the truck. So we get the truck. He's talking to Summer. Summer's like, "Yeah, we got to figure out what's going on. There is a lot of corruption in this town." He's like, "Yeah, I know, man. And they'd killed Mike. They got Mike up out of here. They gave me that truck, but it was just enough money for the truck. I ain't got no gas money. I don't know where I don't even know where I'm gonna eat next. So Summer's like, all right, well, look, we gonna partner up. We gonna handle this business together. C. Clark said, without Terry's skills, give me the back. Man, even if I had Terry's skills, I'm not sticking around. You can have all the skills in the world, but it just take one person. You don't even need someone with aim to kill you. You know what I mean? So it's like, no matter how many skills you have, how many hours of training you have, this is still some risky business. Just take the truck. Listen, Forrest Gump, you remember what he did? When it was raining, sometimes it go down sideways, sometimes it was raining up under him, and then one day it just cleared up, and then the bullets started firing. What did Forrest Gump do? Forrest Gump ran. Forrest Gump saved lives. Forrest Gump became a national treasure. Sometimes you got to run away. Never be afraid to turn your back and hightail it the other direction. You never know what is out there for you. You could take this truck. Y'all can go do your fishing, do whatever you want to. Remember what Forrest Gump did? Bubba died, and then they made Bubba Gump, and he became a multi-millionaire. You don't have to stick around and do this nonsense. This is a dangerous game right here. Especially down here in Louisiana, shit get ugly. You I don't know, they ain't got no gators in Louisiana. My brother-in-law is in here. I don't know if y'all can see him. He from Mississippi. I don't know if they got gators down there in the SIP.
Right from the south, baby.
They got gators down there in the SIP. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe Louisiana they got crawfish down there. You ain't trying to go to sleep by the creek and the crawfish crawl up your leg. That's why they call it crawfish, because it crawl up your leg. But so this part of the movie, this is like the hour mark. You know, that's what I'm saying. This is kind of like the down moment. We're trying to figure out what moves we got to make. We're figuring out who we need to talk to. Summer's over here negotiating with the people she knows. It's no action right now, y'all. You know, I got to do action. Let me see what Summer was talking about.
Door attachment on it. I left it on when I rolled it out the shed, and that's what bumped the value from petty theft up to grand theft.
See, and she's talking about the corruption that she went through. So it went from petty theft to grand theft because she left. I forgot what she said. Was it the tractor thing? And they hit her with the grand theft. So she knows about the corruption, and she lives in the town. But that just shows you she ain't on nobody's side. So we got the dually truck, and here we go. Here we go to action. Well, when they bought that truck for the $26,000, there's definitely gators in Louisiana. Hey, you know, I haven't been south of Arkansas, so I wouldn't know what y'all got all the way down there in them backwoods. Now my family's from the East Coast of Virginia. I don't know, like they ain't got no gators out there. They got some bees. One time we was playing hide and go seek when we was younger, and I got a cousin named Reese. And me and my brother, they were chasing us through the woods, and there was a bees I think it was a hornet's nest on the ground, and we kicked it and we ran. And then my little cousin was chasing, he got stung in his ear. So he was holding his ear for the rest of the summer. But it wasn't no gators or nothing out there. Mosquitoes in Mississippi. Oh yeah, man, y'all got mosquitoes there. So now he then came back into the town, and remember they were talking that. They say, hey, don't you bring your butt back around here. So let me see. So they end up approaching the truck. We got us a little bit of action. This is Land, the first guy, the guy that tased him.
My hand's good.
Sure.
You could tell he kind of nervous because he'd already seen what went down. Let me see. Don't be mad at me, y'all. You know I can't play this all the way through. If I could, I would. You see, look, the dash cam starts recording. Now, we'll find out a little bit later about this, too. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is right where it starts, too.
Cam starts recording.
See, he was talking about the dash cam wasn't recording yet. So he drops the gun in the car and then says gun, and then he starts shooting. So everybody else would think, oh shit, he had a gun in there. But he actually threw the gun in the car and then shot the nigga in the shoulder. I said, damn, this movie good. You gotta watch this real quick because you're not gonna notice it. At first, you're gonna think it's really a gun in there, but he throws the gun in there and then he yells gun.
Lights. The dash cam starts recording.
Hey, you gotta give that cop credit. Of course, we don't like crooked cops, but we do like crooked cops in movies. That was smooth out. He threw that gun in there and yelled gun out like that because the dash cam hasn't started recording until they flip the lights on. Now the dash cam does record 3 minutes prior to it, but we don't know that at this point. So now they in here fighting, and we got the other cops. They chasing after him. So he takes him down, and he finally hits him with that taser. He gets his revenge. Right in the damn neck. So see, I told you there was a little down moment. I'm trying to speed through that because y'all ain't trying to hear all that talking. That's that flubber. That's that fluff right there. We want the action. Well, he ends up using this damn taser. He's getting active right now. And look at this. Straighten them right on out. Sometimes just a little bit of straightening. Now, down on the end, you had a fat police officer on this end trying to jog up here with the AR, slow as hell. And then on the other end, in front, we got a guy with the shotgun. They've been loading up them buckshots. But they start shooting at the truck, and he driving his big dually off into the woods. Now, they just a shooting. Now, you got to remember. Hold on, did they already do it? Summer's not allowed to be around her kids because, she's on the playground and stuff. Wait, was it? Oh, yeah, we passed it up. Anyway, I'll jump back around real quick. Hold on, give me a second. Now, the guy Land broke into Summer's house. During that moment I was telling you was kind of no action, they broke into the house and they shot her up with some heroin. Now, she got to do a drug test, and she ends up failing her drug test. This is why she was explaining everything to Terry. So she had to do the drug test. She ends up failing. So now she can't be around her kid because it's like, hey, man, you one of them junkies. We can't have you around the playground. You know what I mean? You got to be 150 feet or whatever it is. So now she can't get over there. And the people in the town like, well, Summer, we know you're a good worker, but we didn't already called the police on your ass. You need to get the hell out of here. Look at that. They pulling up on her.
We didn't call anybody.
She talking about we didn't call anybody. Then how the hell the police pulling up? This lady, we're gonna call her Loretta. Come on, Miss Loretta. You didn't call the police on me. I'm not even trying to get in the playground. I'm just trying to see my daughter. But now everybody's on the run because she can't do anything. She didn't fail her drug test. Terry, he getting stitched up because he didn't got shot in the damn shoulder because Land shot him in the back. Now they cruising the streets. Now remember Elliot, that's her boss, Elliot. So when she shows up, she wants to talk to Elliot, but she talks to Elliot's son, and he's like, man, you can't be around my son, man. So the whole thing is she wanted to talk to Elliot because Elliot knows about the corruption in the town. Remember, he works in City Hall, so he's the guy that processes all the money. And Terry, we know that Terry's a bad mofo right now. So Terry don't do too much talking unless he's trying to get answers. So he's about to apply that pressure. Here we go, right here.
Whatever it is you're doing, I can be named an accessory. I don't report you the minute you leave. It can be seen as a failure to act.
So Elliot, he's like, he knows what's going on, but he don't know what's going on. Meaning he know what exactly is going on, but he ain't trying to say nothing because he don't want to be implemented and he don't want to know what they're saying. So plausible deniability. I don't know nothing. You know something, Dad? My dad don't know nothing. I don't know nothing. We don't know nothing. But he's like, man, don't tell me. But then Terry says, well, listen here. If I apply some hurt, then you know what I'm saying, inflict some pain on you, then you might know something. So that's where they're trying to get this information from Elliot. And Elliot is the one that's going to explain about like all the memory cards that have the body cam footage and the 90 days.
If I inflict pain on you before you answer, does that help you out from a legal standpoint?
Listen, even if I wanted to, I don't have the answers to give, okay? And that's by design.
So Elliot knows a little more than he's giving off.
questions.
Yeah, like what?
Like how far back does it go? What you found?
See, so she's been doing all the research. Remember, she was a clerk, but she's already been doing some digging because her petty theft turned into grand theft. So she's in the same situation. Well, she didn't get money stolen, but this is how they just run up the charges on everybody. So she's been doing the investigation and she knows about all of the body cam memory cards. And she's saying just this last 2 years is as far as I've been digging. And Elliot wants to know this information because he wants to know how corrupt everything is being also. Remember, he doesn't know everything by design because he doesn't want it to be able to, the police don't want them to be able to trace it to him. That's why she's been doing the digging and they shot her up because they know that she's been into the files and figuring out what's going on in the town. Yeah, Elliot was helpful. Elliot was just scared. And I mean, I don't blame Elliot. Elliot just doing his job. Look, I didn't work my way up. I deal with the money. I'm right up under the judge. I'm good, man. I am not trying to deal with none of this BS. And you got this big nigga over here. I don't know who this nigga is or where this nigga came from, but Summer, you need to be careful. I heard this nigga is a killer. But Elliot does help out a little bit. But at this point, everything is off because now they got to go talk to the judge. And remember, the judge told Summer, who he used to like, but after she failed the drug test, he was talking to Summer like, hey, you can't be around. You can't be doing this no more because, you know, it's unfortunate you failed your drug test. But now they broke into the judge's house to get information about more of the records. And he's telling them down in the basement is where you'll find everything because her research is only done so much, but they need the pieces that are going to tie everything together. And who would know about everything that's going on in this town? The judge. You got the judge is over everything, and then you got the law, which is Chief Sandy. So he's like, listen, if y'all go down into the basement, y'all find everything you need. But, you know, ain't nobody trying to get no pain inflicted on them. So the judge is like, well, fuck it. Yeah, hey, Summer, my bad. I was just doing my job. But go in the basement, you'll find everything you need. You need the body cam footage. What else you need? Hard drives. We need evidence all down the basement. So Terry in here with the Scully on.
So why is he dead?
Bishop versus the town of Shelby Springs.
You familiar with it?
Just some of the fallout that the chief was named personally.
See? And he's talking about, you know about this? Well, Judge, I'm the county clerk. I know about everything that goes on in the town because all the paperwork comes through me. And the judge, you the one presiding over all of this. So that's why they're like, yeah, Judge, this is leading back to you too. So the judge is like, all right, well, all right, look. Y'all don't implement me on anything because I really didn't know, but go down in the basement and you'll find everything you need. Now, Terry should have got a good punch in before he got out of here, but, you know, they let the judge be. They left the judge. Now, they end up breaking in. And one thing my mom pointed out here.
You got it?
So you got the alarm system. This is an old alarm system here. They don't break the glass. They actually carve around the whole seal because if you break the glass, then the alarm will go off. So that's why you see them remove the whole window out the seal, actually, so the alarm wouldn't go off. And they sneak into the basement. Now, when they get down here, they start discovering the files and everything.
Get wiped.
Here goes all the body cam. Now, remember, after 90 days, they get rid of all this. So that's why you seen them holding, like all the prisoners, they'll hold them for 90 days, but they won't let anybody see them. So once they transfer them off, they can legally get rid of this 90 days that they held on to the body cam footage. So that's why in the beginning, you heard me say they were illegally taking money, but doing it legally. Like they're saying that it was connected to another crime. They hold it for 90 days. They get rid of the body cam footage, and now everything is gone. So there's no evidence really for it. And they just got the money, and you're either in jail or you're sent somewhere else. So that's why they got to go down here and get this body cam footage. And remember, she said she's only found stuff for within the last 2 years.
Okay, we exfil. Weigh our options.
Hold on. SD cards. They ride over them in the field so they never get wiped.
See, they ride over them in the field so they never get wiped. And that's why they're holding them down here in the basement so no one will know. Because the actual body cam footage, they got to keep. But this one down here, they take the SD cards and put them down here. They'll just, hey, you need to go record over those. And you'll go get one of these older ones and put them in. But now they have all of the footage because they got the SD cards. Now they end up setting a fire. This is where things get kind of quirky because they end up setting a fire down here and they're getting ready to get out. But before they can leave, Sandy, she goes upstairs and she goes to get her urine out of the refrigerator for when she pissed positive. Like, Sandy, everyone knows you didn't already failed that drug test. Leave that shit. But then the police discover her ass in here. They're like, well, we got Sandy again. And of course, you know what they're going to do. Drug Sandy back up. So Sandy back on that drug again. And Terry, he get the hell out of there. Terry's a smart man. He said, this time I'm leaving somebody. So he's watching. They take Summer on out the front. He got the SD cards, though, so he's good. He goes and meets up with another officer. And this officer, same thing. Apply some pressure to him. They get to talking. That's the first thing. Whenever you hear bad guy, the first thing a bad guy always says, hey, man, don't do this, man. I got kids. Nigga, we got kids too, man, but you was fucking us over. What you mean? You think because you telling us you got kids, we just gonna let you survive, huh? We just go, you know what? You right. You got kids, man. I need to be the bigger man and walk away. Hell no. Terry should have more. Terry's a nice guy, though, man. Terry ain't trying to cause too much trouble. Just a little bit, man. Get your point across. So that night, when Terry was talking to this other cop, he's setting up a meeting. Hey, all right, listen, this is what we're going to do. Y'all meet me out in this field. Y'all bring Summer. I'll bring the SD cards. When y'all let her go, I give y'all the SD cards, and we could just go our separate ways. We can end this whole thing. So now Lan and the rest of the police, they out there waiting. They out in the woods because they're thinking, man, Terry's about to meet up with us. Cool. Well, it turns out Terry didn't have any plan on getting Summer out of this. He went to the police station. So he drew away all the cops from the police station and he went straight to the evidence room. He tied up the dually to that damn pipe that was in the locker, the evidence locker, and he tore the walls down. So now he's going in here to get all the evidence. And on the inside, it's a whole arsenal. I'm talking about guns for days. I'm talking about, ooh, I like this gun right here. Let me get this one. So Terry's a madman. Terry's a madman. You got Summer in the back. Summer in here drugged up. Can't really trust a junkie. But now they're like, we need backup at the police station. Now on the inside, damn, where they show that? Okay, on the inside, the chief comes in here and watch Terry. Terry's a bad man.
I know you wouldn't show up to your own show.
Damn, hit him with that shiny. Now, when I was first watching this, I thought he had killed him. I was like, damn. But no, he ain't kill him. He hit him with a less than lethal, just a little beanie round, just a little slugger to the chest. Nothing to hurt. Just knock the wind out. You'd be all right in like an hour. So he shoots the damn chief because the chief didn't show up out there. Remember, everyone was supposed to meet up with him with this exchange, but he knew that the chief wasn't going to show up because the chief is a little bit scary, but he's also smarter than the rest of the police force. Now, he gets shot, and then here comes old hating ass Jessica, who we thought we was part of.
Hey,
Put that down.
it's okay.
Put your weapon
Look
down.
at me. It's okay.
Get on the ground.
The whole time we thinking Jessica's one of us, man. Jessica. We didn't just kick down the door. We done pulled the wall down. We done got the chief up out of here that's been calling you little nigga. Come on, be with us. There's money in here. We can get this money. We can get these guns. But you knew Jessica wasn't really like that because anytime you holding a gun up to somebody like that and they keep walking toward you, just got to pull that trigger. You just got to. You can't let them get this close to you.
Okay. It's a beanbag round.
She talking about I'm gonna shoot. Man, she ain't do a damn thing. She done pulled the gun on my man. We thinking she a part of us, but now we realizing, man, she ain't with us. She's the complete opposite. Let me see something.
Less lethal. Listen, I know who you are, okay? Summer didn't give you up, but it ain't hard.
So now he's telling Jessica, listen, we know exactly who you are. We've been going through the files. We got the body cam footage. We know that you are playing a role in all of this corruption. So now it's getting exposed that Jessica is actually a dirty ass cop too. But he says, listen, Summer's not going to expose you. Work with us, help us out. We can get you out of this nonsense. But Jessica, she done been brainwashed, or some people say whitewashed. She done been whitewashed, and she still think that the dirty cops are the good cops, the good guys.
To narrow down, we call you Serpio. Hey, don't worry about him. Worry about her. Even if you don't have my back, I know you got hers.
So he's like, listen, you ain't got my back. Have Summer's back. Summer's on that H again. Help her ass out. So we thinking, okay, he's getting through Jessica's noggin. Nope. The whole time, Jessica's still not part of us. I said, damn, 2 hours of watching this damn movie. I'm thinking Jessica's gonna freaking help us out. But Jessica is the tumor that won't stop growing.
All right.
What you want me to do?
I need you to hear me out.
Damn, they don't sit down. Terry ain't playing around. He should have shot Jessica too, right here, right here. He should have just turned around, gave Jessica just a gut shot, just a little back out. Just, oh shit, Terry, what are you doing? I was no help out. Hell no, we don't trust you. But anyway, we got to continue on because now it's about to fucking get crazy. All right. So we're going to take this on outside. Now, we just heard him say, Summer is not going to report you in what is going on. You're not going to be reported. She pulled the gun back out on Terry and takes him outside. She talk about, stand down, guys. I'm coming out with the perpetrator. Like, what the fuck did we just do all this talking for, Jessica? Why? Why did we do all of this talk? That's why you should have just shot Jessica, man. I'm trying to get back to that, man. Hopefully Netflix ain't fucking with us today, man. You know what I mean? Show a little clippy clip for y'all. Look at this. This shit made me upset.
You're Terry Richmond. Oh.
10-4, confirm. Hold your fire.
10-4, confirm. Hold your fire. She just found out that Summer ain't gonna tell on her. He said, I know you ain't got my back, but have her. She pulled a gun and tell the white boys, yeah, we coming out with Terry. What the fuck? Now they get outside. Yeah, that's all, City. Just a little clippy clip. I ain't Netflix. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. I'm just showing a little clippy clip. Just little reference points, clippy clips. Now, the very first cop that pulled Terry over, this is where we get a change of events. Now, he's a dirty cop, but he's a dirty cop that has a little bit of morals. Officer Evan, he has a little bit of morals. He changed up. He's like, listen, I'm okay with stealing money from people. But where I draw the line is where we start killing people. I don't want to do none of that. I'm okay with stealing money from people. But he's like, look, we can't do all this extra killing. Like, Land, the one that's been tasing him, the one that he's been going back and forth with, is like, man, let's just kill him. Let's get this over with. He's like, no, we can't kill him. Like, Evan said, no, we can't kill him. That ain't going to get rid of this. Is going to make it worse if we kill him. Let's just steal the money, and that's it.
Now put that weapon down!
The chief comes outside, and he shoots him in the leg. The only thing is he hits the main artery. So now everyone's arguing on what to do next. So look at the chief. He's like, God, call the ambulance. But then they're like, wait, we can't call the ambulance until we get our stories together. So now everyone's trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And Terry got his hands above his head, but he ends up running off and dragging off damn Officer Evan. He pulls him behind the damn car. And then this is where it gets crazy. This is where all the action is, guys. I'm talking about he's shooting off gas canisters. Doop, 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 doop. Everybody out here shooting. Jessica, she's scared behind the car. One of the officers talking about, I don't know who to shoot. She talking about, if you don't know who to shoot, then don't be shooting there. Now we see damn Terry go to work. I'm talking about whooping ass. One dude, he had grabbed his arm and kicked it the other way and broke his elbow. I said, oh, Lord, that looked like it hurt. I don't know if I can show y'all that. Y'all might have to watch that on your own. But right now, he's trying to get to one of the vehicles because when they were behind the car, Officer Evan, the one that got shot in the leg, tells him, hey, if you turn on the lights, the camera in the car turns on and it records 3 minutes prior to what's going on. So Terry has to fight through all of this and try to make it to the car, but he keeps shooting off the gas canisters and his hand-to-hand combat is coming into play. I'm telling you, this reminds me of me when I had a good hip, y'all. This I'd be out there right now, but right now, shit, I might be on. I tell you, I might only be able to take on like 7 or 15 people. It's about 30 of them out here. You give me 2 hours and like a water break, like a halftime, I might be all right, but don't hold me to it. So he out here whooping ass. He ends up making it to the vehicle, though. He makes it to the vehicle. He comes back and he grabs Evan. Now, Land tries to walk up. Out of bullets. Go. They drive off with Lance hanging out the window now. So we got Evan in the whip. And we got the sheriff, chief on the phone, though, talking about, man, we need some backup out. We can get over here, get some bullets on that truck. So they driving off. And Jessica over here, she's sitting here. We like, man, fuck Jessica, man. Jessica, we thought you was with us. Now, Sandy, she's in the back, ends up waking up. She's been on that H all damn day. Damn, Lance sticks his hand in the window. She wakes up. She's like, damn, what the hell is broken glass everywhere? She pushes him out. Now they driving off. But the cops, they somehow hit a tire this time. Boom, shot the tire out. So now we driving. You know, you can't go that fast. These ain't run flats either. But in a change of events, let me see if we got it. We end up seeing, and where's it at? We end up seeing Jessica.
The DVR is in the trunk.
He's not gonna bail.
They are northbound on 30.
So he's telling them the DVR that's recorded everything, like the shooting and everything that happens to show the chief that shot Evan. He's telling them the DVR is in the trunk if you bail, because he's thinking that, you know, Terry's gonna get the hell out of here and leave them. But you hear Summer in the back like, nah, he's not gonna bail.
13.
How are we on speed?
Coming up on your left. Copy that. We'll box them in.
Now you hear him saying, we'll box him in. And this is where we see Jessica actually start. So this truck right here, that's the chief pulling up. That's the chief pulling up. But we finally see Jessica have a change of heart. And the only reason Jessica had a change of heart is because the damn state police pulled up and they were about to start arresting everybody. So now Jessica want to miraculously come over here and T-bone the chief off the road to make it seem like, nah, I was helping out. If I'm them, I'm telling the state police, nah, Jessica was with them the whole time, man. She only tried to help because y'all showed up.
All right, who's got the AR? I got one. 103 has one on board. 105, stand by for the pit maneuver. Are you up for exam?
So they're saying Sims is about to do the pit maneuver, but they're thinking that Sims is going to do the pit maneuver on Terry, but nah, she goes and does it on the chief, and she knocks him off the road and pulls a gun on him. And to finish up the story, man, they make it to the hospital. He carries her in. He saves the day. He's like Tarzan. He saves the woman. Evan, they get him up out of there. He takes the DVR out the back of the car. He's holding on to it with dear life. And that's the end of the movie right there, man. What up, Backpack? What you think about the movie? I gave it an 8, like an 8.5. The action was very good. There was a moment like that hour mark where it was kind of slow, but I was like, man, overall, this is a good movie, man. This is very good. I like how they did that. Now it's setting up to potentially be like a part 2, but we don't have enough like character information for a part 2. I mean, what was he gonna do? Go to like another town, or you know what I mean? Because he was only here to save his cousin. Terry is the man. Hey, Terry was nice. He did a good job acting. The movie was good from start to finish. The storyline was good. It was believable. Of course, I mean, we know it's an action movie. I mean, now if they would have said this is a true, like based on like true events, and they would have said like the true events of Mo, we could be like, okay, this is believable. But this is a fictional, you know what I'm saying? This is a fictional movie, but it was good. This is good. I'll rock with it. I give it like an 8.5, especially for actors I never heard of. You know what I mean? Oh, we did that in an hour 10. Okay. I thought it was cool. I liked the action, but it was a little too real with the combat, if that makes sense. Now I know what you're saying. That's how I was looking at it. It's like, all right, we got the combat. Now, would this work in real life? Yeah. But I'm thinking like, hey, let's just flank this guy and everybody attack at once. You know what I mean? let's not approach this guy one-on-one. If he's shooting like smoke, all right, let's let the smoke die down a little bit. We know he has, you know what I mean? Let's be a little smart about this situation. You know, let's not just go over there one person. Oh shit, he done broke my arm. Nah, fuck that. I'm staying back until we figure out what's going on. Maybe a sequel going to save his mama. That increases the stakes. Save his mom from who though? Like, is it just like corrupt cops throughout the universe going after his family now? Like, damn, we got his cousin. We got to go get his mama now. I don't know how they would do a part 2 unless whoever he was talking to in the business where he sold his stake in the restaurant, that guy kind of seemed like a dark character because he was like, I got 10,000, but I can't send you that 10,000 because you implicated me. I mean, I liked it. I liked the film. It was pretty good. Definitely worth the watch. If you got 2 hours, you want to watch you some action, good storyline for the ladies. You got, you got your little looker, you know what I mean? You good to go. Pops over here laying down. He on the couch knocked out. He done brought some cookies over here. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I do have to watch the rest of Fight Night, the heist. I don't know how I'm gonna do those recaps. I might just do 10 days, 10 recaps, or I might do like these first 3 episodes and 1 recap, and then the next ones. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let me know what you guys think. I got a couple minutes, and I'm gonna go watch some stuff and chill with the family. I'm off tomorrow. We will have Monday Mistakes tomorrow night, roughly 2 hours, and then we'll be back on regular schedule. Oh no, I'm just gonna do this. I like that Terry didn't have to kill anyone. Yeah, man, Terry didn't kill anybody, so that was cool to see. But also, I don't think he was trying to kill anybody because I mean, if you kill somebody, even though if you like, all right, let's be real. Even if you were in the right with this, if you were out here just killing people, they're gonna connect one of them bodies with you. You know what I mean? So for him, it's like, nah, I just want to show that there's corruption out here, and I was fighting corruption. Yeah, I may have destroyed a little bit of property, but all of this property was seized and bought with stolen money anyway. So, because think about it. If you go into a town and there's corruption, just because there's corruption, that don't mean you have the right to kill people. You know what I mean? You're going to jail. You're gonna be right there where they had your cousin fighting for his life, and you're gonna be fighting for yours. So it's like, all right, you fought the corruption, you did everything you had to do, you got the footage. Now, this is not gonna be a state case, this is gonna be a Fed case. The feds are coming in for this, but once they see the DVR, they see that the chief shot an officer. They know that they've been stealing. They know that the judge is corrupt. It's like, all right, cool. We can let this slide. Your cousin ended up dying. All right, we'll let this one slide. But other than that, no problem in there. You know, my family's understanding. They know I got to do my lives and stuff, but I be with them all day. But we got 1:15, so we could do this a 2-hour movie into like at least 50 minutes. You know, we started and we just talking and stuff, but at least 50 minutes. That's pretty cool. I recommend you watch it. Rebel Ridge. Yeah, Mo approves of this. This is a good movie here. Definitely watch it. Year to watch. Point out some stuff. Come back here, comment some stuff that I may have skipped over. But I respect it. I respect it. Man, y'all hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. See y'all tomorrow. Monday Mistakes, episode 6, Power. Man, y'all be safe. Enjoy your time. And unfortunately, go Panthers, even though we got our ass whooped today, man. It was ugly. I looked at the score one time. I was going to go put my Scully on. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to use the effort. So I got my light blue on for my Panthers, but that's it. I ain't want no paraphernalia on. I ain't even want to rep the team today, man. It was ugly. We ain't stand a chance. We got beat like they did Terry's cousin, Michael. They gave us the raw, naked noodle balls. Oh, my goodness. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And remember one thing, you can run, but you can't hide. I'm Modi J. Road to 50K.
Can't